All right, so we're here with Vic from All City Animal Trapping, and we're going to be talking about rat removal from home. Removing a rat from your home can be stressful for a lot of people, obviously. And Vic, what do most rat removal jobs have in common?
Um, well, what they have in common would just be that they got in somehow. So that's what we look for when we do a full inspection. You know, whether they're in the attic or sitting in your bathroom or running across the kitchen floor, that rat got in there somehow. And sometimes it's as simple as someone left a sliding door open or left a back door open and a rat just ran in. Most of the time, it's a little more complex than that. So people just have to remember that rats at all hours of the night are just crawling around looking for food and shelter. If there's an opening in your home, it's something's going to find it sooner or later and end up in your house. And that's just the truth. But we do specialize in rat removals from homes, whether it's under the house, in the attic, in the living room, whatever it might be. You know, if it's trapped in the bathroom, we'll put some gloves on and grab it with our hands. If it's in the attic or something like that, and we're not able, the space won't allow us to kind of chase it down, then we usually set up traps. So it's all situational, but the thing that I guess they have the most in common is if they're in there, they got in there somehow. We have to find out where, and whoever's home it is wants it out. Is
Yeah,
is the
definitely,
biggest thing.
definitely.
Yeah.
And do you find that you find rats in walls sometimes of a house?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's openings that can lead to anywhere, and sometimes they get in through the crawl space and end up in the wall. Sometimes they're in the attic and fall down one of the bays in there and end up in your wall. But yeah, they'll, if there's an opening, they're going to find it, and if there isn't an opening, they can create it too. Rats have nothing else to do, so they can
Mhm.
just chew away at something, and if they want to get in, they'll get in. If they smell a pheromone left from another animal or from other rats in the past, it'll lead them right to that opening, and they'll just come in also. So just setting traps isn't, it might, put a band-aid on the problem, but it definitely won't solve it for the long run.
So what do you guys do? You come in, you set a rat trap, and then you leave, and then you come back, or is it something that you do in one visit?
It all depends. It all depends. If we're able to just grab it by hand, we will. Um, Sometimes when they come in through a sliding door or a back door, we can set a trap and leave, and then tell the person, call us when it's caught, and we'll come back and remove it. But sometimes we have to, when it's an issue like in the attic or in the wall or something like that, we have to find those openings, identify them, and then proof them and solve the problem that way. So it just all depends on how severe it is, where it is, and what our trapper thinks is the best way to go about taking care of it.
When you say proof them, what do you mean?
Just animal proofing the home, whatever that
Making
might
sure that
be.
they don't come back in the way that they came in before, or
Exactly,
other animals don't come
exactly.
in. Okay.
Right, and then you got to stay on top of it because they might create a new opening if you close that one. So you just have to be persistent and always check just to make sure that something like that isn't happening or they're not creating new openings and all of that stuff.
Okay, I got you. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.